Jim Lewin asks, how about a trial demonstration of a back and forth convo with an apt who's hesitant to rent to you? All right. So let's do this skit.
Okay.
Oh, ring, a ring, ring, a ring,
Ring,
ring.
ring.
Well,
Hello,
we use
who's
a real
this?
phone. We're more professional. God, you have a real phone, right? Ring, ring.
Hello, who's this?
Hey, this is Angela. I saw your listing on Craigslist, and I was wondering if you guys allowed for corporate rentals.
No, we don't do corporate rentals at this place. Sorry.
Click. All right. So now I'm gonna call another one who's also Andrew. Oh, ring ring, ring 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 ring.
Hello,
Hey,
Andrew.
hey, do you guys allow for Airbnb?
No, we don't like having Airbnbs in our apartment.
Oh, okay. Thanks for your time.
Oh, all right, thanks. Bye.
All right, I'm gonna do one more. I'm gonna do one more.
Maybe one more.
Oh yeah. Ring 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 ring.
Hello,
Hey, I
this is
saw
Andrew.
your huh? Hey, my name is Angela. I saw your listing on Craigslist, and we are a company that does corporate rentals, and we service travel nurses, traveling professors, other business travelers, things on nature. And I was wondering if you guys allowed uh, for corporate rentals in your units.
No, sorry, we don't do corporate rentals. Yeah. So, sorry. Bye.
So the point I'm trying to make here is there's no back and forth because, well, like you can do back and forth and you'd be like, well, okay, but the great thing about us is that we, fix all the small things. We're better than the average tenant. Our incentives are aligned, da 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 da, in the call, and be really pitchy about it. And we used to do that for voicemail and things like that. You could do that, you could not do that, whatever. Um, and that will help your conversion rate a little bit. Conversion rate meaning like they'll be like, oh yeah, sure, go come and look at a unit. But here's the thing: like, there's so many landlords out there that we don't bother trying to convince a apartment manager or a landlord who is on the other side of the fence to hop over to our side of the fence. We prefer to go wide instead of going deep. Okay, you can do it either way. It's just the way
Right.
I like to do it is to go wide and not spend a lot of time with any one of them. Because if you're going deep, in my opinion, so you can go deep too. Like don't take this the wrong way. This is just how our approach is. If you're like a master, like convincer, negotiator, like Ethan something,
Yeah.
I forget his name,
Ethan
but
Cook.
Ethan Cook.
Shout out to Ethan Cook. He's definitely he
Yeah,
goes deep. Like
yeah. Ask
he
him.
goes out
Ask
to the
him.
unit.
Yeah. If we don't put at Ethan Cook, you can at Ethan Cook him. He is more of like a deep guy. We just go like 120 calls, bam, 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 bam. We don't try to convince him. We don't try to spend a lot of time with him. And because two things, one, we're both pretty bad socially, and so it's not our game to play. And the other thing is, if we go deep in a conversation and we spend a lot of time with one specific prospect, let's say each call averages like 30 seconds to 45 seconds, or each email is just like one button, one click. And then we go deep, right? We do a lot of follow up. We go like hours and hours, and they finally like the deal doesn't go through. Then the opportunity cost for that is like you could have called, and they're like 60 landlords, right? And just the sheer statistics say that if you call enough landlords, one of them is going to say yes. So for us, trial demonstration back and forth, so the answer is a non-answer. We don't have a back and forth. We
Right.
just find people who are glad to work with us and kind of see the point when we first pitch it. Um,
Keep in mind that we both have day jobs, right? Because so we can't go out during 8 to 5 or whatever our working hours are to go look at a unit because we have jobs.
yeah,
And plus, I live in New York, so
yeah,
that's
yeah. He's not
that's a
gonna.
pretty big deal. I
He's
can't fly
not flying
back to
back there.
California or something.
Yeah, yeah. And even
Uh,
though, like, let's say I could drive out to meet them, like, why would I? We have property coordinators for that. There's no need to meet them. And the whole point of what we're trying to do in 2018, which I think we've accomplished pretty well, is to turn this business, which is fundamentally a very hands-on business into a business that's completely remote that we can run anywhere around the world, right? And we've basically been able to accomplish that. And going super deep and like, oh yeah, we'd love to meet you. And we sometimes get those emails sometimes too. Oh, we'd love to meet you and talk about it some more. It's like, no, you can meet my property coordinator because like I'm not here, right? Because if I do meet them, yes, I get another deal, but it kind of defeats the purpose of business, which is to create income for us and allow us to be anywhere geographically, right? So yeah, I hope that answers your question, even though it's not a direct answer. And I think, oh, another point I want to touch on that I forgot to touch on with Meredith's question up top is, I think a lot of these is kind of like the intention from this is, I want the one key phrase, the one secret to the one path to getting landlords to rent me their unit without facing much rejection. Um, I don't know how to answer that other than like because we go wide, right? Like so, there's no shortcut regardless. Even if you use like Ethan Cook's strategy, he's a pretty good salesperson, but he's had to build that skill over time. I'm pretty sure. I'm sure he wasn't like, coming out of his mother's womb being like, can you rent me your unit? We do right. Like that's not how baby right? Like so a lot of these kind of key phrases, key tricks, I think is kind of coming with the intent of having kind of shortcuts. But if your skill isn't there to already know what the key phrases are and everything, and be able to have the right tonality and be able to converse and box back and forth with a landlord, there's two ways to go about it. One, learn the skill. We're not good people to learn it from, as you can tell. You can't even really tell in these videos. And two, just go wide, right? Like if your skill level is low, just go wide and just do what we did, right? Because we didn't have a lot of skill, and that's what we did, right? So there's no shortcut regardless, because you're either going to have to spend the time learning the sales skills or spend the time doing the calls, right? And honestly, like it took us 120 calls to get the first unit. If you break it down, let's say worst case scenario, 3 minutes per call on average, that's 360 minutes you could be getting a unit. That's what, like 5-6 hours of calling. If you do 1 hour calling over a week, you basically could guarantee yourself a unit within a week. Like by this time next week, you could basically be having a unit. So it's actually not that much time if you really think about it, to close a deal and start your first unit if you haven't started your first unit, right? And if you want your second unit, then there's multiple ways you can keep, going wide, which is one channel we're doing, or you can ask for referrals, right? And right now it's actually kind of a weird situation because some apartment managers that we work with are like, oh, do you want this one? 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 Like, we can't expand that fast.
Right. Yeah. Actually. Um, yeah. One of our apartment managers like offered up 5 units to us in like a matter of 1 month, and we were like, nah, we're okay for
So
that.
you calm the fuck down. Yeah. So that's kind of like you don't need 100 apt murders to be on your side. You just need one or two, and they'll keep referring to you. And you can kind of keep asking for more, right? Um, Now with landlords, like amateur landlords, they give you a better deal in general. Now I'm going deep here. Amateur landlords, they give you a better deal in general because they don't know what they're doing. But the trade-off is that you kind of have to keep hunting for them, and it's harder to scale. And two is because they're amateur landlords, you kind of have to double check a lot of the things that they tell you because they might just be lies. But yeah, I think this is a sufficient, long enough answer for that.
Yep. All right.
So
Hope that answers your question, Jim. Yeah. See you guys next time.